When we heard the news about the earthquake on that Tuesday night, we were devastated looking at the video. Now it happened, late in the afternoon, so there wasn't a whole lot of footage. But the report was that there were up to 200,000 people buried in the rubble. I had a difficult time sleeping that night. I woke up the next morning with the burden that there's probably something that I could do. And I didn't know if it was the Lord tugging on my heart or if I was just being emotional about the whole tragedy. But as I was walking up 7th Avenue on my way to work, I was just thinking about the devastation and asking the Lord, what could I do? At that point, some of the thoughts that came to mind was, how could I get off work? Who would go with me? If we got there, what would we do? And, the scriptures of, God's faithfulness and His promises just kept coming back to mind. I get a lot of credit for initiating this trip, which is really not true, because I just sent out the first email. I emailed a couple of guys that I knew that were like-minded in terms of ministry and outreach, and almost immediately I was getting feedback. Hey, I'd like to do something. Maybe we could go. Let's reach out to these people. So the Lord had been speaking to all of our hearts. God specifically chose us 12, but there were many people that would have loved to have been a part of actually being there. But the roles were different. For example, George Moreno, he was one of the first responders to the email asking people if they wanted to go to Haiti. And George was the one that initiated the contact with the ground support in the Dominican Republic. He connected us with Louis. Louis was the guy that hosted us in Dominican Republic, and was the guy also that was taking us in and out of Haiti. And that was George Moreno. And it turned out that the Lord closed the door for George to actually go, but he was very much a part of what we were able to do there. You're going to hear all these incredible stories about all that the Lord did in Haiti, but one of the most amazing things that happened was the way that Calvary Chapel Old Bridge responded to the crisis. When the word went out on Thursday night before we left that we had a team in place that were going to Haiti, and we intended to bring medical supplies, the Calvary Chapel Old Bridge and Calvary Christian School, in the next 24 hours, we had enough resources to fill 24 military-sized duffel bags full of medical supplies. It was a vast amount of resources, and that was a miracle within itself.